A figure of a cat sits there in a shop window with one hand raised in a greeting, beckoning the busy people in the street to come into the shop. The cat's innocent face and rounded features draws the eyes of those hurrying down the street. This well-known figure is known as neko, or the beckoning cat. The neko has always been a marketplace staple, even dating back to the Edo period in Japan. There are wood cutouts that show these wonderful cat figurines amongst the fortune tellers, food stalls, parasol sellers, and others, raising their right paws into the air, drawing the attention of all those that pass by. Cats have had a special place on the canvas, as can be seen in this wood cutout, 53 Creatures for Cat Fanciers. It showcases a group of lively cats, but is actually depicting different villages along the Tokaido Road. Interestingly enough, if we look at the center panel, we can find one cat is actually a neko figure. These talismans, known as Engimono, are believed to have the power to fulfill wishes for good fortune, prosperity, luck, and other expressions of earthly well-being. One difference between these talismans and others is that these are not meant to be kept on you, but rather hung at a shop or a home. Neko are seen in temples across all of Japan. Every temple appears to have its own tale involving a cat. The cats of Kotokochi Temple is said to have saved the life of Lee, a samurai leader. When Lee got up from under a tree to pet the cat with a raised paw, the tree he was sitting under was then struck by lightning. In the story of the Black Cat of Jisho-in, Ota, a famous architect, was involved and injured in a battle. He followed a cat he came across in the woods, which led him to the Jisho-in temple, where he recovered, then returned to battle, and was able to subdue the opposing forces. While these two stories are very important in the lore of neko, they help boost the ideals of good fortune, but these stories have one common flaw. They fail to deal with the commoners and the poor, and instead deal with nobles and rich. In the story of the fishmonger, he fell ill and could not feed his family. One night he found 2 coins by his bed, and it turns out it was actually a cat that brought him these coins. Sadly, when the money changer realized there were coins missing, he saw the cat taking one and then killed him. In Japanese culture, stories of cats are constantly on 2 opposite sides of a coin. It feels as if for every good story about a cat, there is a bad one. In many folk tales, cats are known to be mischievous shapeshifters and try to trick humans. It is believed that their tails hold their evil powers. While it is easy to determine if a figure is a neko, there are still many differences that raise multiple questions, like why is the left paw raised instead of the right? Why is the neko white, while others are black, red, or gold? Why does this one have an elaborate bib, while others have a basic collar? Dealing with the question of right paw or left paw, there are some answers to this question, but ultimately it boils down to region, preference, and the kiln it was made in. It is believed, though, that the right paw is raised and is intended to bring good fortune and luck to a home, while the left paw is intended for businesses. The color has a very distinctive meaning as well, and neko come in a multitude of colors. In popular culture, white is associated with happiness and satisfaction, whereas black symbolizes safety. They are believed to drive away evil and are thought to possess magical properties. Gold is obviously a reference to money and is incredibly popular in China, whereas red is rather an interesting color in Japanese culture. It is said to attract evil influences, diverting them from individuals, in doing so, protecting them. Pink has become a popular color because it is believed to bring love to the owner. Correspondingly, the bib and bell vary across nekos. The bib can be seen as a type of prayer to the neko. Many bibs are heavily decorated with symbols varying from money, dice, or just made to look as regal as possible. It is believed that this may be to increase a person's fortune in that specific area. In Chinese culture, the neko, or lucky cat, is primarily used in shops and businesses. They are usually holding onto a coin in one paw while waving to the customers passing by. Also in China, it seems that gold is the primary color of neko. The, the neko are ever changing in appearance, based on either personal preference or region. In modern times, we can even see some more variances between the maneki neko. Now we can see them as objects with an extra purpose. As seen here, it is a piggy bank that this maneki neko has taken shape of. While a piggy bank makes sense for a neko, they are now represented in many other objects as well, like blankets, teapots, stickers, pillows, cups, alarm clocks, and many other items. The maneki neko has become more of a pop icon nowadays, and the maneki neko is an ever-changing figure, growing with the changing times and the new generations to come. Even looking back through the lifespan of the neko, we can see how each generation has influenced the overall look and changed the meaning slightly to fit their needs. Despite all the changes that have been seen in its lifetime, it is still a beloved icon in not only Japanese culture, but is now shared with the world. One thing is certain, though, a cat with its paw raised in greeting will always be viewed as an image of good fortune and prosperity. The Maneki Neko are and always will be a beloved icon in popular culture, but we cannot forget its humble origins in the temples of Japan and the marketplaces of Japan during the Edo period. My name is Christian Chamberlain, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video.